that was bad. Luckily, it lasted only less than 24 hours, but it was really bad. I had to stay 5 hours on the tiller steering the boat to try to keep it on the right direction, and then it was rainy and those gusts. Yeah, it was really bad and grey. But now it's much better. It stabilized yesterday evening already to northeasterly winds, and I'm quite east on comparing to the other guys, so it's a bit lighter here, but I'm happy for that also. I have now 12 knots of wind, and when we are doing upwind, it's enough for making good progress, and when the wind is lighter, the waves are not so bad, so it's a bit easier. And still 5 days to go, this kind of banging and slamming and upwind, which is not so nice as it would be with everything is okay. Boat is good, and I'm good. I just got good rest last night.
What's your wind angle roughly?
I'm doing 65, so that's the angle with I can keep the boat on the move, and that's actually on my routing's angle now. So my routing takes me quite east, and 400 miles west of Cape Verde, and then east of Canaries, maybe 500 miles, and then straight towards Finisterre. But we will see. That will change many times during these next 2 weeks, I'm quite sure. I don't exactly remember what I was saying. Yeah, but that routing takes me to, and it looks pretty good now. So fingers crossed that it will be good or even improve over that forecast. And last night I had a fishing boat very close to me. It was only 1.2 miles on the closest, and it was doing circle around on my east side. I didn't even see that, and it was so small that I couldn't see that on my radar. It was AIS which warned me on that, but I don't know if he had any lights on it. I couldn't see it.
Did you speak to them on the VHF?
I tried several times, but no answer. It was a bit strange. But anyway, that was far enough, so no problem with any kind. But my hydrogenerator, port-side hydrogenerator pin, which connects it to the bracket, which is on the transom, it was broken, and the end of the pin, which has the threads in, was of course left into that nut which it's turned in. So I had to drill that off, and then luckily I had a spare pin, and now it's working again. So I have still both hydros working, and my spare one is also, of course, untouched in my boat, and I still have 230 liters of diesel, so no problem if I lose the hydros. I can still charge with the engine, and I started to use my bottled water. I still have 90 liters of bottled water, so I started to use that one now, and plenty of food, so I could start again after finishing, or at least I could start in St. Barbara with these supplies what I have here.
It's funny because Alexia is the same. Alexia said she could go round the world again with the food that she's got.
Yeah. We had some messages yesterday, and she told me that she's a bit out of diesel, out of gasoline, but she's got her hydros working, so shouldn't be no problem. It has been grey all the morning, but now I can see the sun behind the clouds. So it's always nice to see the sun, but the bad thing is that then it gets really hot. It's still quite hot. Seawater is 29.3 now.
Ari, tell me a little bit about your sails, because you're with One Sails, which is a slightly different choice to many of the boats. You're very happy with them?
Yeah, I'm happy with them. They are, of course, after these 25,000 miles on the race, and I got them before in France before I went with the boat to Helsinki, so I have around 30,000 miles on those sails, and they look really good still. The shape is good. All of those. I have Solent and stay sail and main sail from One Sails. Those were the most critical sails, and I had to buy new ones, and they look good. Of course, they have to go to the loft to do some kind of. We have to give them some kind of love, make up them to look good, but some bruises here and there. But otherwise, shape of the sails is good, and they are strong enough, so I shouldn't have any problems to finish the race. And I think the next owner can sail with those sails until the next Vendée Globe, and maybe it's good to have a new one. So I'm sure that there are plenty of miles with these sails still to go.
And listen, so if you're running your routes, what's your latest ETA?
Yesterday it said 16 days, but that was run with the 75% polar, and that's quite the one which I'm capable of maintaining, at least on upwind. So if I'm really lucky, I should be there by the last of February, but maybe it goes on the first days till the March on that side. But we'll keep the fingers crossed, and I try to keep the speed up so that I can get on the land someday. I spoke yesterday with Pip. She called me, and it was such a nice phone call, and it was quite amazing to be talking with Pip, and she's on land, and what kind of feelings she has now when she's on the hard land and finish the race. And I'm really waiting for that, of course. Even I enjoy here, and I'm super happy to be here. And the conditions are now really good, and I'm gonna enjoy this Sunday a lot. But still, of course, after 98 days, it's time to go home someday. Someday.
Sunday.
Yes, and happy Valentine's Day, and same.
Exactly. Did you get any Valentine cards?
Yes, I've got some via WhatsApp, and yep, not real cards. I think the guys thought that I could be on land by this time, but it was personal. But yeah, I haven't been fast enough for that. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this Valentine's Day and talk to my closest ones. Maybe have some video phone calls and that kind of stuff.
Did you manage to
Enjoy
send?
that. Oh.
I'm saying, did you manage to send any Valentine presents or cards?
So that I haven't done. I didn't thought this so much before. I should have done that before 8th of November. Yeah,
I think
I will do some good things afterwards. Exactly. I'm sure I will take care of my friends and my closest ones, my friends. Afterwards, I will take care of them.
Good for you.
So
I think this year you're excused.
Yep, I'm gonna enjoy a lot
Good.
my free time after this one, because it has been so tight schedule since last 4 years with the project. So I'm gonna spend loads of time with my friends and closest.